Welcome everyone to the Occult Gaming channel with me, your host Bella Wright. Welcome back to Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver number 2 Remastered. And last time we left off on a little bit of a cliffhanger. Our good old mentor Janos, they're getting absolutely dog walked, but he's actually putting up a pretty good struggle. We're in here right now in order to save Janos. To do so, we have to imbue our Reaver with the power of fire, because there is a flaming barrier on the door, and apparently our Reaver isn't coming out. So canonically this could be because the Moebius' seal, his staff is sealing the Reaver, but let's see if that's, I'm thinking that's going to be because there's some sort of glitch going on. There we go. We're good to go. So yeah, if you guys are experiencing glitches, just go ahead and save it, or just go ahead and quit out and reload. Hopefully you saved it already like I did. Okay, so we have to take this, light it up. Gotta hurry up. All right, we made it. It's very sentient. Okay, so now we need the light. I think if we touch the water, guess it doesn't matter right now, but later we don't want to touch the water. Okay. See, why do we need the Light Reaver? I saw it earlier, but I can't. It might be right above my head then. So let's get to, I guess, this side. Let's see if there's something we could do with this Light Reaver. Yeah, there it is. Okay, now we're draining it. Draining the water. Probably briefly, right? Most likely it's gonna be brief and it's gonna come back, because there's no real way to get back up top with this Light Reaver. Okay. I'm hoping we didn't need to also grab this torch. I don't think we have to grab the torch right now. Okay. I vaguely remember this puzzle now. We are going to have to grab the torch later, but right now we can just activate these. Oh, they're all okay. Now this is the hardest part of the puzzle. You have to because the drafts in this game aren't as simple as they were in previous games. Okay. In the previous game, the drafts here are a little bit more difficult to navigate, because we got to go all the way up, then over. There we go. You can go a little bit early with the holding R1 to just kind of, you can go a little bit early because there is some forward momentum. And we're done. This is the hardest part. Or maybe the next part is the hardest part. The next part is the hardest part. I was mistaken. What's so hard about the next part? What do I need the light forge for? Oh, to drain the water again. So that we can use the air drafts. Raziel, just get up there, man. Okay. This part's gonna be timed. Okay, we got air drafts. They're moving up and down too. Then there's these blood. Okay. I think I don't have this. This is the hardest part. Okay. I can't, the camera really is sick. Camera's really sick. I can still do this though. Nope. Camera was no help there. My path might not have been the best path though. Okay. So what's the best path here? I don't think we need to go in and out. We should have just been able to go straight across. But I can't even like gauge like how high I am. Okay, we gotta go to the middle. That's what we gotta do. So we can go around this bloodfall. Okay. All right, we done it. Just gotta hurry this part. Raziel, why did he do that? Why did he do that? Why did he do that? He has a little bit of a mind of his own. Like he didn't go in the direction I was pressing twice. I thought he was about to careen right off the platform. So the analog isn't quite perfect. That's okay. So this isn't quite as extreme as I'm treating it. Like you can just kind of go once you hit your apex. You just keep it going. You need to get a little bit higher. Yep. Okay. What? Okay, that was my fault. Alright, let's go. As soon as you see that, get to going. We're gonna go the other way this time. I'm tired of this way. Try something new. Camera, great, thank you. Thank you for all of that, camera. Appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Okay, we should be able to just go straight here. Great. Alright. I think you just stop pressing buttons for why am I coming here? Why am I coming here? What am I doing? What am I even doing, guys? Why would I do that? Okay, for some reason I was stuck in a brain fog and doing just the most remedial thing. So instead of doing what I was doing, we'll just do it the right way. Forgive me, it's still pretty early. Christmas Day. Okay, so we're gonna stay straight up. Okay. Great. We made it. It's not hard at all. So you get that automatically. And we did use an updraft, by the way, so that trophy's bugged or miswritten. Now this guy looks like Raziel right there, straight up. That's not even ambiguous, that's just Raziel.
I plunged the Reaver into that furnace and forged the blade with elemental fire. With the Reaver thus imbued, I was now armed to unlock the elemental barrier and rescue Janos from his executioners.
Now that goes hard, that image. This is our final Reaver upgrade, guys. And we are headed to the end game. So let's do this. We just met Janos, but he seems like an extremely cool guy. Let's try to save him.
Look at his black heart, how it still beats.
The Fiend intends to bury us alive. Raziel, we must get out of here.
Remember the sword!
Forgive me. I'm sorry. I failed you.
No, Raziel. Perhaps this was my true purpose. Simply to save your life this once.
While I have taken yours.
Embrace your destiny, Raziel. You must reclaim the Reaver. It was forged for you and you alone. Without it, there is no hope.
As I backed away from Janos's body, I was overwhelmed by a sense of self-loathing so deep I could barely contain it. In that instant, I rejected all that I ever was, and embraced the role Janos had safeguarded for me so patiently throughout the centuries. I knew then what I had to do, the task for which I was uniquely prepared. I would pursue the Sarafan dogs to their loathsome fortress and avenge Janos Audron's murder. Moebius would pay dearly for his treachery, and my Sarafan brethren would reap the horrors they had sown. I would retake the stolen Reaver, which was rightfully mine. And finally, when all these debts had been paid, I would reclaim Janos Audron's heart from their filthy, unworthy hands. If the heart was truly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife, its highest purpose was clear to me. I would restore the heart to Janos, and thus undo the vile crime committed by my abominable former self.
Yeah, that scene there was actually from one of the scenes in a Chronoplast from Soul Reaver #1. The scene of Raziel just standing on the balcony like that. I was trying to think of where that scene might have occurred, but yeah, that was definitely the same scene. Raziel with the black and red Reaver. Yeah, that scene's been repurposed a lot, but this ultimately that was where the vision culminated into. Also, I don't like human Raziel's face at all. I wanted to cut into it to show you guys how expressive his human face usually is.
We've been expecting you, little Raziel.
So, these demonic pests were not merely the product of Nosgoth's corrupted future, for here they were, hurtling back over 5 centuries to pursue me. These creatures, I suspected, were minions of the unseen forces that had hoped to control me. This was the tangible expression of their displeasure. These demons were unleashed as the penalty for my disobedience.
Disobedience to the Elder God. I suppose Moebius as well. You guys are really accurate. You guys are not this tough normally. Yeah, so it doesn't matter what flavor of Reaver you have. If these guys like take you out, it's fine. Well, no, it's actually not fine. You don't actually want to fight these guys in the Spectral realm. You definitely don't want to fight these guys in the Spectral realm. We're gonna push it as far as we can. I'll try to take him out with bare hands. Get some soul energy. There we go. You get back way more than they tend to take from you. Just try to vary your attacks up a little bit.
Do you really think you can say Nosgoth? Let me enlighten you, Raziel.
I really like when the demons start talking to you. There's a demon later. See that human, we're actually taking a lot of damage from this human. Where's she at? Somebody, oh, you shoot projectiles? I thought it was a human shooting at me. I have no clue where to go now. That combat disorients me. I'm gonna go get some health right quick. no climbing in Spectral, so it must be up there. Raz, can you not just go? It's like this, the control stick just goes dead or something. Okay, so I think I'm going. I think I came from that way, so I'm going this way. There's a lot more flame elemental fonts along the way, so if you lose your Flame Reaver, don't worry about it. Yeah, my favorite. Yeah, I think this is my favorite interaction here. Yeah, this one.
There he is, the savior of Nosgoth.
Oh no, that's not it. Okay, so you just like get hyper armor all of a sudden. That's fun. Don't worry, I got you, man. I'll show you how to use that thing. Suppose we should save it in case something happens to us, happens to the file. I was just gonna do it all straight, but this game is actually glitched for me on the PS2 previously. I can only imagine what like all the extra layers on top of it is gonna do to it. So these fire demons do the flaming attack. See ya. There's another fire demon somewhere around. I guess there's the two Raziel just ran past. Oh, they're fighting over here. You know what? I don't have to fight you. If you're just gonna use hyper armor, just ignore what I do. I don't have to fight you. Okay. Okay. See, you just do that. If he's being a jerk, just hit him with projectiles. You are Undead Megaman after all. Now you probably can't do that when there's like 3 of them. When there's just one, just have at it. Okay, so there's a lot of humans down here too. I don't want to deal with the humans. Well, you guys want to come up here, fine. Oh, your pathing is like, nope. I guess I shouldn't be afraid here. These guys are all gonna go down like a few swings of the Reaver. They're just gonna feed the thing so I can just take him out easier. There you go. Yeah, this thing's a game breaker. I think this is my favorite speech, my favorite demon speech. Not that one either, but that one's pretty good too. Looks kind of like the demon Kain fought in the end of Blood Omen. Looks kind of like it. Must have came from here. I don't got time for you guys. I thought I was gonna get an easy soul there. Okay, let's keep this primed. We might need it soon. Did I end up going backwards? How did I end up going backwards? And then these guys just respawn, so that made it even more confusing. Yeah, these guys just respawn. I'll take it. I've never had such a hard time traversing this place. I didn't think a high jump would take me up here actually, but it does. Okay. Okay. Back to the swamp. Now this place is filled with Sarafan. Which makes sense because they were on a campaign towards Janos, and they basically just followed Raziel. Okay, now we have to go all the way back. There's a nice little trek.
You shall not pass.
Okay, Balrog. Trying to dodge. The camera is not doing any favors. There we go. Oh, he's doing light taps. I'm like, what is going on? Even big old demon has the light tap. These guys don't give souls. No need to fight them. Okay, is it this way? Is it this way? I think it's this way. Nope, it is not this way. It is literally the other way. Alright, straight across here. We do need the wind forge. The wind font. We should have one down here. Got demons here too. A lot of demons. A lot of shades over there, man. They're just stacking up the gauntlet against us. I think if Raziel had more room clearing spells, that would be like more fun to fight these guys. But yeah, I mean we can use the fully roused Reaver, but we gotta sacrifice health to do so. Kind of no point to it. Back to the Elder. You guys think Raziel will say anything to the Elder this time? And this is the wrong way. Okay, I was following these. Okay, there's this way. It's the confusing part because that way goes two different directions. Okay, so we're going this way. We'll say it does get a little confusing down here. So I can see people having some trouble navigating once they get here. You guys think Raziel's gonna say anything? We're gonna trade words.
You have failed me, Raziel.
I wonder, old one, did you truly resurrect me, or were you simply there when I awakened from my torment in the abyss? I suspect you found me merely convenient, dropped in your lair by Kain, indestructible for some reason, a durable and gullible tool for you to manipulate. This one thing I readily admit. I have been used by others time and again, but always I seem to stray from their path. What is it about me, demon, that makes me such an unreliable instrument? Why do I survive one trial after another, on and on, in an endless succession of humiliating deaths and resurrections? It seems there is much more to my destiny and my history than I know. Perhaps more than you know as well.
That's a fair bit of observation on Raziel's part. He actually really made me think about that. Like, maybe Elder didn't create him. Maybe Elder's just a big fat phony. But I do think Raziel takes it a little too far. He doesn't really. I think he is spot on with his, like, how he feels about the situation. I think that is spot on. But I also think that a lot of his agency is provided by the Elder God. Like if did they stop following me? Yep, the demons just stopped following you. Yeah, because he wouldn't be able to even access the material realm if it wasn't for the Elder God. So unless Raziel was always in the material realm in this game, like unless he never needed the use of Spectral, then there's no way he was able to get this far without the Elder God, without the Elder God support. Not support, but you know, the Elder God kind of let him do his thing. It does beg the question on why the Elder God let him do so much. Like, if Raziel wasn't doing what the Elder wanted him to do, why did he let Raziel get away with so much? I can only assume that Raziel wasn't Spectral. Wasn't Spectral the whole time. I think there's an interaction with the demons above, near the pillars. That I think that's the interaction I like, because they have a quote there I think that I really like. That's actually referenced in the bonus materials, like the outtakes, I should say. Oh yeah, these three. Yeah, this is what's the name? Renee Aubergenoy had kind of parodied that line, or he just made it silly. This is an annoying combination of enemies. You know what? We're just gonna poke. What's that? Kill a fire demon. Kill fire demons within 1 minute at the pillars during the Sarafan era. Interesting. Well, that's an interesting trophy. Only way to really do that is with the Soul Reaver. But at this point, at the end of the game, you're fighting all these like world-ending demons. I don't know why you wouldn't be using this thing. Unless you just never notice like how powerful it gets. Like I can see some people like using it, not liking the range of it, and then switching back to regular weapons like the pole arms and stuff. But this thing's overpowered from the very beginning. I mean, the balance is that it kills you, but doesn't kill you at a fast enough rate to warrant you not using it. Only time I'll use it is like against the humans. If I'm trying to get health back. Oh, I didn't know you were over there. Oh, ain't guarding nothing. Guard me, brothers. Hello. Just because I don't like you. Just because I don't like you. I'm tired of getting hit with projectiles. And 3 sorceresses, okay. She's an interesting character, though. Interesting. Oh, she's aiming from way over there. I was trying to like take some of these guys out to get a little health back. Actually, I'll just need one of you. I know you were there. Such a coward. So I gotta get to that back row. Look here, man. You weren't even a part of this. I love the sound it makes as it gets more and more aggressive and more powerful. Yeah, that hitting 3 of them achievements is not hard. You just really gotta run, dodge as they're like popping that thing off. Just kind of get to the side, jump. It's not hard at all to get that one. So is there one for like, I don't know. Are there different ones for killing the different Sarafan, I wonder? We'll check it once we beat the game. There might be one for the different demons too. Like get specific kills on the different demons. And we also need the light. The light forge, the light font. The light basin. Oh. I don't know if we can make this. Let's see. Oh, we can, huh? I think the way you want to do it is like you want to do all that, jump over there, come down, but we did a little bit of a shortcut here. I'm a little bit curious if, like, what else is down here? I'm just slightly curious. Looks like there's nothing actually. thankfully, because yeah, of course I'm curious. I want to do stuff like that. Would be funny if this was timed and it just froze up really quickly. Oh, they're already like shooting at me. That's right. Nope. It gets to a point where I just want to take them out for sport because they are so annoying. And at the end of the game, it becomes really a lot of fun to just kind of one-shot the enemies with the Reaver. Just casually. I annihilated the second guy with a backhand swing. That's pretty fun.
Seize him.
Same thing here. Take her out. These guys out. Surprised he survived that. Go. This isn't where I came in at, is it? Nope. It is. Of course it is. Maybe I should use that compass a bit more than I have been. South, yep. That's a failure on my part. I have not been using that compass. I think I will next time I play through the game.
Suddenly and inexplicably, I discovered the Reaver suspiciously laid across my path. Again, I sensed nothing of that temporal distortion, the peculiar sense of displacement I had felt when I encountered the Reaver in William's chapel. Cornered here with the blade, I suffered the same nameless dread that I had experienced when Janos first presented the Reaver to me. I felt at once repelled by the blade, and yet overwhelmingly compelled to seize it.
So, Raziel, here we are finally. You have no choice but to confront me now, and I am not so foolish as I've let you believe. We have business to conclude.
You knew I would lead the Sarafan to Janos, you vile bastard. You've been orchestrating my every move. My destiny is an amusement to you.
It was fun while it lasted. I think not, Raziel. Malek, do not let this creature leave. He poses a danger to the circle. Poor, deluded Raziel. Did you somehow imagine you had the guile to change history on me? I'm the time streamer. I knew your every intention before you did, you imbecile.
Lord Moebius, there is trouble within. The circle is under
Hold
attack.
fast, Malek. This one is the real danger to us.
What are you trying to concoct here, Moebius?
You toxic creature. Did you imagine I'd simply allow you to run loose, corrupting everything you encounter?
I admit that I've underestimated you to this point, Moebius. It's a mistake I won't repeat.
Wrong again, Raziel. Now, Malek, bolt the door.
Using his staff to disable my Wraith Blade, Moebius effectively disarmed me. leaving me with only one choice of weapon. And yet I confess, it was not the lack of options, but blind rage that made me take up the Reaver. In my fury, it felt as though my hand had acted of its own will. And now, that same hand clutched the hilt with unyielding strength, and I felt a constrained tingling, a remote but palpable sense of longing, as the disabled Wraithblade tried vainly to embrace its physical twin.
Man, there's a lot with that scene. Fans of the series, you already know. If you guys have been like checking out footage of Blood Omen up until this game, that was actually the opening scene of Blood Omen. We see why Malek was late to that fight. Also, Moebius is an absolute unit. He's taller than Malek, like way taller.
Come to take your revenge, demon.
Back to hell with you!
I recognize these two as my former brethren, in life as Sarafan, and in unlife as Kain's vampire sons. Melchiah and Zephon, the weakest of Kain's brood. These bastards had no idea what future lay in store for them, how they would become the very thing they so despised. The Reaver hummed with ravenous anticipation. Janos had called it a vampiric blade, endowed with the power to drain its victims of their lifeblood. I was eager to see what the Reaver would do to these two.
Wow. For these fights, these guys are like humans, but the boss mode version. They're really annoying. They attack fast. They like to interrupt you with those pokes. You are invincible for these fights. The Reaver will sustain you. The Reaver will heal your injuries instantly. Watch. Yeah, any damage I take is instantly regenerated. That still doesn't make this fight, it doesn't prevent this fight from being annoying. So the best way to take these guys out is to strafe around them, and when you knock them down, to just continue strafing around them and continue knocking them down. But the easiest way, if you want to have the easiest time, honestly, it doesn't look cool. You just run around poking them like this. This will get you the best results, the quickest results. For the rest of these fights, this is kind of the best way of handling it. Still annoying though. It doesn't stop being annoying until you take one of them out. And then I'll throw some like combos in there too. So Zephon should be close to his grave. It's actually best to like make some distance too. So now with one of them, it becomes a lot easier to manage. You can't absorb their souls. Get one of them now, you can like strafe around them. And the easiest when they get to their back as they're getting up. Kind of like Dark Souls actually. This game's combat actually to me was like a prototype of Dark Souls in some respects.
As Melchiah and Zephon fell before my blade, I felt the Reaver's bloodthirst as keenly as I ever had when I was still a vampire. I could sense the boundary between us dissolving. The Reaver was consumed with my rage, and I was intoxicated by its bloodlust. The blade had a vitalizing effect on me. My physical energy no longer decayed over time, and the wounds inflicted by my foes healed almost instantly. The Reaver had made me invincible.
He already had described himself as, you know, as invincible, basically, that he couldn't be destroyed, really. But the Reaver makes him even more unkillable. So you can't even put the Reaver down at this point. That's how, like...
Now that I had taken it up, The Reaver and I were inescapably joined. The harder I tried to release the blade, the more tightly my hand gripped the hilt, as if possessed of its own will.
Yep, that's how symbiotically combined they are. Alright. Why is this door so hard to find? There we go. So I think the next fight is a one-on-one fight. Oh no, it is 2-on-1.
Have you come to reclaim the monster's black heart?
You'll have to get through us first.
My former brethren, Dumah and Rahab, confronted me next. This all seemed so elegantly choreographed. Exhilarated by the Reaver, I was drunk with revelations. I could finally appreciate the delicious irony of Kain's blasphemous private joke, and I reveled as I colluded with him across the centuries. For it was I who put these bastards in their tomb, thus providing the corpses for Kain to raise as his vampire sons a millennium from now.
I wonder how a modern day Raziel redesign would look. That just kind of randomly crossed into my head. Like if they were to design it for today's sensibilities. I wonder what aspects of the character would they keep and what aspects would they change. I think of course they keep the cloak. The cowl, I should say. Of course they keep the cowl. Such a lame way to play. I want to do cool stuff, but it just takes a while. Alright, I'll do things a little bit cooler. Is they just constantly hit you. That's why I do like the one-on-one stuff and there's just like one of them. Of course I do one-on-one stuff and there's one of them. But I do more of an honorable duel when there's just one of them. I mean, regardless, whatever you do, eventually you'll win. He's done. Yeah, Dumah's looking very Malek-like. All of his combos like light strikes. Every last bit of his combo. That's why I don't really fight these guys. Plus, I don't really like the sword's moveset. Now, this next one is a one-on-one fight.
Was my brother Turel, who along with Dumah would bear me into the abyss without questioning Kain's command. So dutiful and righteous, even as a vampire. I guess some habits die hard. The vampire Turel had eluded my vengeance. The Sarafan Turel would not.
He wouldn't have eluded his vengeance in the original Soul Reaver. Had it been kind of developed and completed as intended originally. But see, all you gotta do is get to the back. It's just like Dark Souls. Dark Souls before Dark Souls, in a way. That's why when people were mentioning that there was that rumor that they were developing a new Kain game with like Souls-like combat. Like, people didn't really like the idea, and I think some people still don't like the idea, but I think it would fit perfectly with the tempo of like the first two Reaver games. Because these games are a bit more tactical with the with each skirmish. I think the series could go one or two routes. It could go like the Darksiders route, or it could, like, you know, more stylish action adventure combat, but not quite Devil May Cry. Or it could go the like the more tactical, slower paced, like Souls-like route.
So, vampire, here we are. You've destroyed my brethren, and now you've come for me. You'll find I'm not such easy prey. I don't want to kill you, but I will if I must. Return the heart to me, and we can end this now. So, you've come to avenge that filthy parasite and reclaim his foul heart. You're a righteous fiend, aren't you? Apparently I am. No, vampire. This is where it ends, but you won't be leaving this room. Now, let's finish this. I'll make it mercifully quick. As you did for Janos? No, that beast had eluded us for far too long. It would have been a shame to end him too quickly. It's ironic, really. The great Janos Audron turned out to be no challenge at all. Thanks to you. Did you hear his cowardly screams when I tore that black heart out of his carcass?
Yeah, I had to do the older Raziel. I know it kind of kills the immersion a little bit, but they messed up the eyes on a new one. They didn't quite capture the original's the menace. Like the original, his eyes told the story of his viciousness like easily. Like this one just kind of looks just like dead and plastic. Like I hate to have that criticism, but the original was so good. Like his eyes just sold it all. Sold the story of who he really was. Yep, just wait for him to do that big strike, swivel around him. He does these little ones, and he's just fashioning you. I think you could probably block the little ones. Yeah, try to block the little ones and then swivel around him when he does the big one. Just like that. Sometimes he'll lead with the big one. Human Rise is simple. Or you can do the poke strategy.
I renounce you. And so it ends. My history comes full circle. Sensing its twin, the Wraithblade uncoiled itself from me, and instead wound lovingly around its former self. I felt its grip loosen, and as the blade left me, its absence chilled me more than its presence ever had. A foreboding sense of emptiness and loss stole over me, and a terrible revelation gathered like a storm at the edge of my awareness. With all other foes exhausted, the conjoined blades turned themselves on me, And I realized, finally, why I had sensed nothing when Janos offered me the blade. The Reaver was never forged to be a soul-stealing weapon. The ravenous, soul-devouring entity trapped in the blade was, and always had been, me. This is why the blade was destroyed when Kain tried to strike me down. The Reaver could not devour its own soul. The paradox shattered the blade. So, this was my terrible destiny. To play out this purgatorial cycle for all eternity. I could not bear it. Despair overwhelmed me. You. Are you enjoying this, Kain?
Don't fight it, Raziel. Give into it.
Was this your destiny for me all along?
Trust me.
I felt myself weakening, unable to hold on any longer. The Reaver was too strong. The compulsion to simply let go, too great. And then, a growing sense of vertigo and the familiar displacement. The paradoxical moment when my twin soul hovered both outside and inside the Reaver blade. This was the instant, the glimmer of temporal distortion Kain had been counting on all along. This was the edge of the coin, the minute flicker of probability upon which Kain had gambled everything.
Now you are free to reclaim your true destiny, Raziel.
Behind Kain's eyes, I could see new memories blooming and dying as history labored to reshuffle itself around this monumental obstruction. And I could see by the dawning horror on his face that perhaps we had strained history too far this time. That by trying to alter my fate, he may have introduced a fatal paradox.
My God. The Hilden. We walked right into their trap. Raziel. Janos must stay dead.
But Kain's warning was lost as I slipped into the spirit realm, too weak to maintain my physical form. And there, waiting for me as always, was the Reaver, the Wraithblade, my own soul, twinned and bound eternally to me. And I realized that I could never escape my terrible destiny. I had merely postponed it. History abhors a paradox.
True words. Shout outs to Asper. I keep calling them Asper. Shout outs to Aspire. Appreciate these guys. Shout outs to you all for watching the playthrough. Yeah. We're gonna play through it again pretty soon actually. I'm gonna do a run where I like get all the trophies in one run and also just complete the game. So that's gonna be coming in the future. I got quite a bit of the trophies. Kind of want to check it out. I don't know if you guys are interested in the credits or not. Yeah, let's just watch the credits. Again, this is my favorite game of all time. Like, it just is. The story, like, everything just hits for me. But I'm not above, you know, noticing the weaknesses of the game. And it has quite a few, to be honest. Gameplay wise, I would say this one was even weaker than the first one. I do like the improvements in terms of the traversal. and I think the overall controls are better in this one, but I still did have a few pain points with the controls, as you can see from like the Fireforge, stuff like that. But yeah, this is still my favorite game of all time. And I always feel really weird saying that because it's not a gamer's type of game. It's like if you show somebody a video game and explain what a video game is, this really wouldn't be the first example of that you probably want to show somebody. Because it's like more of a story-driven experience. But for me, it just hits on the levels that I like. It gives me most of what I want from games. Now, could it give me personally more? I think yes. I think for me, I'm a gamer who likes to see progression with the character. I kind of like the power fantasy aspect of video games. I like to see the character improving over time. That's one of the reasons why Remnant is like one of my favorite games, because like as long as you're playing Remnant, your character's always getting better. Like literally, you're always getting like more abilities and more stats just for playing the game. And that's something I was kind of missing here. Not necessarily stats, but like in Blood Omen 1 and Soul Reaver 1, that sense of like this character's getting much more powerful over time. Like you can really feel that with Raziel in the first game. You come to this one and he has all his abilities, and usually the trick would be to take away his abilities. You know, that happens in Mega Man, it happens in Metroid, it happens in Castlevania. But in this case, they allow Raziel to keep pretty much his entire physical toolkit. They did get rid of his extraneous abilities. They got rid of his Fire Reaver. That's the most that's the biggest one, the most egregious one. But they got rid of the glyphs as well. And you just don't have anything in this game to replace those, unfortunately. Likely because of, they were on like a tight time crunch. If they had maybe another year of development, they could have added quite a bit. There is a lot on the cutting room floor for this game. I believe I don't know if there were glyphs, but there was something similar to glyphs in this particular game. And the Reavers, each Reaver, I believe, did have a combat application and a platforming application. Now, if you guys want to see like more Reaver abilities, I do suggest you play Defiance. That game has all those Reaver abilities that you might be looking for from this game. But all that was kind of shuffled and pushed into Defiance. So highly recommend Defiance. The only way to really play it now, the main way, is through PC, through Steam, as well as Good Old Games. But also you could get an old copy for like the PS2, like on Amazon or something like that. Also you can get one for the Xbox. The only thing for the Xbox is that that game you can only play on the original Xbox, because it's not backwards compatible on the 360, unfortunately, because I would have played it already for the channel if it was. But yeah, that was that. Yeah, I do want to check out the trophies, but I'm just gonna kind of let this play out, because it looks like we got most of them, but there might be a few more. Yep, series needs Amy back if we're gonna get a new game. I do want to see like what the future's gonna bring for the game, for the series. I'm looking forward to the comic. I did support that through the Kickstarter. I'm looking forward to those comics, to reading about this new female vampire they have, and to seeing like more into Raziel's history, more stuff we haven't seen yet. So looking very much so forward to that. But as far as games, I don't really know. I suppose they do have the Blood Omen games that they could re-release. Those games are currently out on the PlayStation Store, so you can play Blood Omen 1 on the PS5 or PS4. You can play Blood Omen 2, PS5 and PS4. Defiance isn't currently available on any of the console storefronts, but that could be the next one they plan on doing. So I'm guessing my big prediction is that the next collection will have Defiance in it. If anything, I was thinking they might do Blood Omen 1 and Blood Omen 2, but there might be some funky legal proceedings with Blood Omen 1 that may tie them up from doing it. So we might see like a Blood Omen 2 and Defiance combination, if anything, or maybe just Defiance by itself. But anyways, let's see if they give you, it looks like they don't give you the left triangle down, was it left triangle, right triangle, down circle X? Looks like they don't give you the bonus materials from Soul Reaver 2. Bonus content. Oh, it's all just here. Cool. We get the outtakes and stuff here. Cool. You don't need the code. So yeah, I'll let you guys do all that stuff. This stuff's a lot of fun, honestly. Let's check out the trophies, because we might have a few more episodes of this particular series to complete. We're missing just 6 of them. So we got quite a few. The Airy puzzle within 15 minutes. I guess we could do that. And it took us longer than 6 hours to complete the game. Actually, let's see how long it took us. I think I had a little bit of extra fun at the end of it, messing around with the oh no, I was overtime by the time I got to Ustenheim. So I load it here. And you gotta go backwards. They may count cutscenes as well. So I have to beat this in like, that's like 2 puzzle areas, so I wouldn't be able to do it from this file. I think we just have to skip most of the battles, but the thing is, if you skip the battles, then there's really no enemy trophies, I don't think, outside of like the random ones. Like there's no like kill 100 enemy trophies, I don't think. Twist a fire demon's neck with your bare hands. Kill a fire demon groundling. So what's the difference between a fire demon and a fire demon groundling? Not sure. Fighting all crows in the surrounding dark forge. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, this one's interesting. I wonder, is there like a scene you get? I've never seen a scene of like you bring in the wrong heart to the air forge. Okay, then so these 2 here, they're gonna require a whole new playthrough, but the rest of these we might be able to just load a file and complete these. So we'll do all these on the next episode. We'll do like a new game, and then we'll put everything into like 1 episode, or if there's enough moments, we'll put it in 2 episodes. But this should all go into 1 episode, I think. We'll be able to cut down on some things. We don't have to watch story scenes again, so it'll cut down a lot of time. All right, well, I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the Soul Reaver 2 playthrough, HD Remastered. Yeah, stay tuned on the channel. We got a lot more to come. My big project for 2025, several years late, but you know, life be life, and you know, it's gonna be Darksiders number 3, the big walkthrough of that. I do have the walkthroughs for Darksiders number 1 War Master and Darksiders number 2 Definitive. So we're going to be doing a Darksiders 3 a definitive walkthrough for that game. I'm going to do a big walkthrough with the different types of builds you can make, different ways to take down the bosses and stuff like that. That's going to be my big project for 2025. It's going to take up a lot of my time, a lot of channel space. But beyond that, if you guys want to recommend some games, the only things I'm thinking about are some more Legacy Kain walkthroughs, some like big get everything at once walkthroughs, along with I'm thinking of Blood Omen 1 walkthrough. But everything, like in general, I play games on my blog backlog channel, so I want you guys to check that out. Those are like stuff that's not like, I don't do my walkthroughs on that channel. I just like play stuff and like have fun on that channel. Not that I didn't for this, but like this is more of a like me kind of coach you guys how to do some stuff if you're playing alongside me. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Yeah, take care guys. Merry Christmas to you. It is Christmas to me. Happy New Year to you. That's when you're gonna be getting this video. But yeah, take care guys. Till next time, everybody. Peace.